Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to The Least We Can Do with your hosts, Jimmy and Dwayne.
That was the worst.
Yeah, that was
Let
terrible.
me tell you. Let me just critique everybody on this opener here on show number 9. The music was too loud. I couldn't hear you, Kyle, at all. I could hear like some pops and buzzes, and then the music just cold stops, and then it goes to Dwayne. It goes to Dwayne first.
I mean,
is this what's happened? Show 9?
Yeah. You're welcome.
this show was basically my idea, so I should be first.
I mean, he is on the left.
This is all Dwayne's fault. At 6 o'clock, or maybe it was 4 o'clock, he had freshly showered from mowing the lawn, and he was feeling so good. He just ate a whole bunch of Peking sesame chicken, and he gets on the old Marco Polo, our little group video chat where we can,
Our little cocoon.
yeah, where we can chit chat prior to going live and talking to the people. And he just puts it out there. He says, guys, I'm just gonna put it out there. This might be the best show ever. That's what he says. And then here we are.
My words.
5 minutes into the 9th show of this we try and make art
Because you're coming into the show with a terrible attitude. That's why it's going poorly right now. Because you came in with a bad attitude.
Okay, let me back. Let me back up.
Welcome to The Least We Could Do with Jimmy and Dwayne.
There we go.
Yeah.
Welcome to the show, everybody.
Nailed it.
Every Saturday we get together from 8 to 10. It's Austin time, Central time. We're here. Our producer, Kyle, flawless on the keys. Never ever wavering in his devotion to the show and making things happen that I don't know how to. And thank you, Kyle Barr, for being our producer, and thanks for being here, buddy. Dwayne Primo, feeling good, showered, had a family dinner. What a day you've had.
We had the neighbors over.
What?
We had the neighbors over for dinner.
Are they in your quarantine circle?
Yeah, we're in a cul-de-sac. We were talking earlier over donuts this morning that if something should happen, if things should go down, we're just going to block off our cul-de-sac with a couple of cars and just mind our own business.
Is this the time in our lives where you could, do you got a good enough relationship where you could lean over to your neighbor and say, hey, Bill, and look, I know you got them pre-existence. Anything happens to you, I'm going to take care of Sheila. Are you able to say that to him?
I don't see why not.
Right. Okay.
I feel like it's a neighborly thing to do.
You're going to raise his kids.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean,
yeah.
Who wouldn't?
Totally.
Well, a lot of people. I wouldn't. I don't know the guy. You live in a cul-de-sac with him,
right?
He's in your quarantine circle. Well, I'm glad you got to have some social time. It's tough. I think it's been wearing on everybody. They haven't been able to get out.
How did Jeffrey
and socialize, and then even when they do go out and socialize, I think that there's a little bit of guilt about it. I myself, I've gone to a bar. I'm gonna be honest with you. As a single dude, there's only so much sitting around in your own place that you can do. You got to go out. But I practice the procedures.
We've been really responsible. So my neighbor's kid and my kid are best friends, and my wife had to do some work thing where she had to go out to fucking somewhere and be around people that are.
She had to go visit communist China.
It was a work
and do some shopping for some Wuhan bats. Is that what you're telling me?
It was a work thing out at some lake, and some of the people were non-mask wearers. So we self-quarantined just in case for 2 weeks. We didn't let the kids play. We stayed in our house. We didn't socialize. And then the 2 weeks were up, back to normal, We're being safe.
Okay. That's courageous of you. I applaud you. Staying home for 2 weeks after running into somebody that wasn't wearing a mask. I run into non-mask wearing people on the daily, and I feel
it wasn't like a run-in situation. It was you were a couple hours.
Okay, well then why weren't those people putting on their damn masks? I mean, the only time that I get
you're in that situation.
You're in a restaurant, you're in a bar, you're eating, you're drinking. Okay, you can't wear a mask and eat and drink. I get it.
Yeah.
Now, I did see that TikTok a little while back about that couple that they were eating. They had holes in their masks and they were eating their food through their mask.
Yeah.
That is disgusting.
I mean, it's kind of dumb.
It's kind of dumb. Yeah. I mean, the germs. Come on. Don't even get me started. I'm a germaphobe.
I mean,
a little bit. Like I'm a mid-grade germaphobe.
If you're wearing a mask with a giant slot in it so that you can eat and drink through it, then what's the fucking point of wearing the mask?
I imagine if they went to the trouble of having a mask manufactured that had an eating slit, they also probably
nobody manufactured that mask.
They may have
handmade. They may split that open with an X-Acto knife.
One of the requirements they may have said was, I need an eating slit. Also, I need a drawbridge to close said eating slit when I'm not eating.
What do you put? Velcro there? I feel like that's
I imagine they've just got some sort of some sort of piece of plastic that they can reach in on the side and push their little trap door down, and then they close up the old drawbridge there. I don't look. I'm not talking about mask science here. This is not about mask science.
I saw someone today at Home Depot with a Louis Vuitton mask.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many creative ways, and there's really no big deal about it. But I mean, ultimately, what's happened? What's in the news this week? I believe that there's some sort of like, hey, maybe masks are a little bit more important. Was there anything in the news this week that could have maybe told you that wearing a mask is more important?
Somebody got
any
diagnosed with COVID. Who was it?
Yeah,
I don't remember who.
So
it was Trump, man.
Yeah.
I've seen some things, Jimmy, and I know we don't generally talk about this kind of thing, but I've seen some things, and I've been real interested in the president's condition. I've been concerned.
Well, let's talk about that. Let me just do real quick. I want to tease everybody that's tuned in. Thanks everybody for tuning in.
The minute I have something to say,
no, we're gonna come right
Jimmy's
back to you.
Get real busy.
I'm
all
doing
of a
the
sudden,
business of the show.
A lot to do.
You just I'm driving the bus here. So look, everybody,
off a cliff. You're driving it off a cliff.
Pay attention to the whole show tonight, because we've got coming up in just a few minutes, we're going to be talking to Casey Caben. We forgot to announce who was going to be on the show, so it's important at the beginning of the show to do that. We're catching up here, Dwayne. Don't worry. Okay. Coming right back to the orange one. Casey Caben. I've seen a lot of people talking on the old Facebooks about urine and what it can tell you about your health. And I've seen a bunch of different articles. I'm guessing that there was probably some new study that was released. Saw a lot of people passing that around, but then like reacting to it like it was the first time they'd ever heard of it. So we're going to talk to Casey because he's got some information for us about that. Also, we've got Saxman. If you know what are your favorite saxophone jams? Because
your favorite sax solos.
We're gonna make him play every single one of them tonight.
Send us your requests in the comments.
Our buddy Matt York is joining us later. He's a musician, but like it's you ask a guy, so what can I plug? And he's like, well, I'm in a bunch of bands. I play on this corner. I play on this corner. Saxophone guys, they just play on the corner.
I mean, let's be honest. We just met the guy tonight, Jimmy.
Yeah, we don't know much about him.
this guy Matt is a sax player, and he and Kyle had a thing in college, and you know,
they were
it's
friends.
kind of a reunion show.
They're friends from college, not they had a thing. I think
It's not what you call it.
Now people have so many more questions. Now I have questions.
You have questions.
But
Yucky
anyway,
sex.
so that's coming up.
Yucky
We might have
sex.
some news, but we didn't prepare any news.
We're
did
gonna
we?
get very sexual tonight.
But yes, you're right. Our dear leader has fallen ill with the COVID 2 days after the presidential debate. Which
Right.
did we get any phone calls? We asked people.
I think
for
we
phone
got
calls.
one.
Did we get any voicemails? You know, we put a yes. Careless whisper, Jeff. That one's already. That's at
We
the
sound
top of the list.
tested that one already.
That is tonight. The music plays so
Oh,
loud.
stop. Kyle, did we get any voicemails? Ooh, good call, Austin.
Oh yeah, that's a good one. Kyle looks like he's working on something, or
Kyle.
he's on the porn again.
Yeah,
Kyle,
we got.
Do we have
Do we have a voicemail?
we got a
yeah,
voicemail, didn't we?
just one?
Okay,
but
yeah, let's hear it. Well, then, I
Well-
mean, one is better than none. What
Did you expect any?
What did we get?
Well, it is from. Sorry, there's a
That
there's a
cat.
loud ass
listen to
kid.
this
Oh my
cat.
god!
All night.
Burton.
What's going on here?
No. I can't.
Folks, the
I can't do
drinking
that.
word of the day this
Yeah.
evening is drink.
Drink. Drink is the drinking word of the day.
Yeah.
Have we been calling
right.
it the drinking word of the day the whole time? It's
Yeah.
got to be drinking word of the night.
What's
It's-
drinking word of the day?
next
Here's-
week,
let's-
drinking word of the night.
No.
Here's
I
our
don't want
here's our
it's
I don't
voice.
wanna
drinking word of
encourage-
the
I don't
day.
want to encourage anybody to be drinking during the day.
We day drink all the time.
I know, but we don't tell people.
I day drink today.
You did
As
today.
I day drink
This is all your
today.
fault. Okay, let's hear that voice.
day drink.
Let's hear that voicemail. Give me anything other than that cat.
Yeah, one voicemail.
Let me just tell you something. I will never, ever take that many mushrooms and watch a political debate.
This voice
Again.
sounds familiar.
Ever.
Took some mushrooms.
Maybe the next one. But it's a bad idea, and I shouldn't do it.
Mm-hmm.
And I hope somebody will try and talk me out of it.
No, probably not.
It's Jimmy. Love you.
Now, what is that?
Jimmy, stop it. Do you remember making that call?
Yeah, I remember making that call. So that was the next day.
Do you remember
Number
saying
one-
that?
No,
do
no,
you
no.
remember
Don't let
saying
the
by
lis-
text message
Don't let
that
the
night?
listeners- don't let the listeners off the hook. This is their fault. We should have had more voicemails. We put that
Well-
number out there for you to call and have fun with it, and you didn't call. And the only one that called was me, and I was suffering from PTSD.
People
Dwayne?
are probably intimidated to like call that number and voice an opinion because they probably think that you're going to make fun of them.
I wouldn't have made fun of anybody.
Mm-hmm.
Put the number up now. Let's see if
Yeah.
somebody wants to call now. Who's gonna
Absolutely.
tell me what they thought? The debate.
I'll be
I
taking
knew
the
that I
calls.
needed to watch it. I knew
Yeah.
that I needed to watch it because people all over the world were going to be watching it and then talking about it. And I just didn't want
Are
to.
you about to cry?
No, I'm. It was burping.
Fogo de chao.
I did not want to be the person at the dinner table that didn't know anything about a topic. You know what I'm saying? So I had
Jim.
to watch it. Now,
Do you have meat sweats right now?
no, I ate half of my serving. Okay.
Okay.
This is the thing. I after work, I got out at 6:30. I think the debate was at 8, I went to the bar and I had a beverage or two,
Mhm.
and then I came home, and it just so happened somebody gave me some mushrooms for some spaghetti sauce.
Mhm.
I decided, you know what? I don't have time to make the sauce. Just gonna eat these mushrooms. Didn't know, but they were mushrooms that might take you to another realm.
Yeah.
And I watched that debate.
You didn't watch it.
I listened to it. I turned around. I found myself halfway through it in the fetal position, just staring at the back of my couch. Now I saw it, but I wasn't seeing it.
Right.
If you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But what I absorbed, what the energy that I absorbed into my body was an unhealthy, negative
Yeah.
stuff. And did I understand all the substance? No, but let me just say the body language and the vocal inflections spoke to me in ways that, like, you gotta trust your gut, right?
Mhm.
It's
What was your
important
gut telling you?
to change the channel and put on Family Guy.
Yeah.
It's like, this isn't healthy. You need to change the channel. But I was like, no, I must. This is like, I felt like Indiana Jones, going into the Temple of Doom. I had to, write down all the scribe marks on the wall. I had to feel the engagement from one to the other, and then the disdain, and
It wasn't just you, because from what I've gathered, it was the highest rated television show in cable network history. Highest rated in history. Second in all of TV history to the finale of MASH. Second.
Yeah. So, who
That's huge.
Who went to that table on Tuesday, an independent or an undecided? Did it sway them? You just recently discovered that Biden is a stutterer. He was a stutterer.
Yeah.
If you hadn't known that going into this debate, would you have felt that Biden lost more?
Oh, yeah. All the talk recently about his mental capacity issues and whatnot, it was a much easier sell before I knew his history, obviously.
So then did you see the tactics by Trump as rude? Or is it just fair in love and war?
I thought it was a bad idea on his part. I feel like if he'd have given Joe a little bit more room to go, he probably would have got a better result, because he might have fumbled and he might have slipped up and said something he shouldn't have.
Right.
But he didn't get a chance to, because
that was our first debate. This coming Tuesday, I believe we've got the first and only vice presidential. Is it Wednesday?
Wednesday,
presidential debate. You want to call a winner on that?
I mean, in my eyes, or how the media is going to spin it?
Yeah, I mean, give me both. Who you think will win, and then who you think the media will say won.
I mean, I'm already kind of biased one way. I say Harris is going to pull it off just because I support that side, and I'm not a fan of Pence in the least whatsoever.
I think it's the slippery slope for me is because I believe that you could go after Pence hard on like his religious and moral, ethics, right?
Mm-hmm. His stance on weed,
on just the fact that he is so religious, asking how can you work for this man, right? So you can attack Trump through Pence, I don't think attacking anybody's religion is good. And a case in point, like I've been seeing a lot of people making fun of the Proud Boys, and I think they're because they were brought up during the debate, with the stand by, stand back.
Yeah.
So I haven't been posting on any of this, but I absorbed this shit, and I'm doing like research, But what I've been seeing a lot lately is a lot of calling the Proud Boys gay.
Yeah.
And I want to address that. I think that is misplaced. And then, like, how does your gay friend, when you're making these posts, like, oh, they're just a bunch of gay dudes that want to pump each other's butts? Whoa, your friend, Steven is gay and has to see that shit on his wall, and you're Susie. You're the captain of the cheerleading squad. We get it. You're liberal. You like Biden. You hate Trump. You hate white supremacy. But don't bring the gays into it. So,
right.
What do you think? Am I wrong on seeing this as a possible taking one down to get to the other?
I haven't seen anything about their sexual preference one way or the other. I did. Who's the guy that makes those shirts? Fred something or other
or something.
Yeah, I heard they're not selling those shirts in the United States anymore.
Yeah, I bought 1,000 of them.
Did you really?
Of them, and I have them on my Jimmy's Bizarre site for $500 each.
Can I get a couple?
Yeah.
Okay,
but
cool.
Everybody gets a Steve Perry shirt. Okay,
is it Steve Perry, like the guy from Journey?
Steve Perry from Journey. Yeah.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
I thought that guy was dead.
So okay, Bonnie. Yes, it is about the hashtagging of it. So what is it? Proud. Oh, just hashtag Proud Boy.
Yeah, something.
And then there was gay guys that were using that hashtag and kissing their boyfriends or something like that. There's that.
Okay.
What I'm talking about is a straight person, or what do we call straight people now? They're a straight person, right? And
is that the cis thing?
I think that, yeah. So they're cis or something. I don't know.
Like somebody's sister?
Like an idiot. No, forget it.
I don't know.
Forget it. So straight person who's not gay, who's mad at the Proud Boys, and feels like they're getting after them by calling them gay. That's what I'm saying. It just doesn't feel right to me.
Also, this whole thing about it being like a white nationalist organization, I thought that I had seen people of color who were Proud Boys as well.
Well,
so
yes, that's the meme going around that the leader of the Proud Boys is a black man, I believe. So and that
fucking dude, Gavin McInnes.
Everything's on its head, there's no way that we're gonna solve it, but this is what I want everybody to do. I want them to work on their health. Okay. Hetero is
hetero.
What's cishet? Hey, you're a cishet.
You're a cishet.
Hey,
I see Kyle's ass backstage. It's kind of neat.
Okay,
you guys can't see it. But.
See, Bonnie says you're right, Jimmy. Show over. I got it right.
Kyle, can you clip that? You're right, Jimmy. You're right, Jimmy. Can you clip that? You're right.
Thank you, everybody, for helping to keep us educated. So yeah.
Oh, look at that. Gavin is outside Walter Reed right now.
Gavin McClure? Gavin McInnes. What do you think he's got written on his table? Trump.
No, you're thinking of Crowder. You're thinking of Steven Crowder.
What are the who's who? Well,
Steven
who-
Crowder's the change my mind guy.
Oh,
And then
is he a Proud
Gavin-
Boy?
no, Gavin McInnes, the dude that started like Vice.
Is
He,
Gavin McInnes?
Yeah, he's the dude with the mustache.
But he's not a Proud Boy anymore. They kicked
He's-
him out.
he started the Proud Boys,
Okay, so
supposedly.
he's trying to get back in.
Allegedly.
He's like Steve Jobs. He
Oh,
left.
it's cis het.
Cishet.
What's the cis part? I guess the het is hetero, but what's the cis part? I don't get that part.
I guess that would
Thank
be.
you, Colleen, for clarifying that for us.
Cis is sticking with the gender you were assigned at birth. Okay.
Oh, does it
Okay.
stand for something?
Oh, and then
is it like
cis hetero is you like
You
people
like
of
the
opposite
opposite
sex.
sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
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 All right.
Makes sense.
So it's a way to it's just look. I remember when LGB, I think that's what it was like when it first started, you know.
Or was it LGBT? And then they threw Q.
I
in.
think there was a fight to get T.
Yeah.
And you know, and
Was it LGBTQ? And then they tried to throw the T.
oh, I think it was LGBT.
Why didn't they put the Q before the T?
I don't know.
I don't get it.
Q never. I don't know. So look, a lot of things I don't know, but this is what I want everybody to do. I want everybody to focus on their health during this time. This is a stressful time. I
Get
almost
your
died.
Vit D.
I almost died on Tuesday. We don't have the video available. I mean, we have the video, but we will never play it. But the video of me Marco Poloing with you two
You
on
didn't
Tuesday,
almost die.
everything was closing in on me. I mean,
You were fine, man.
I was absolutely fine, but
You were fine.
I just was really worried for the world,
You had
and
listen, Kyle and I there
just tell you,
to kind of talk you through.
had multiple dreams / nightmares
Kyle,
about
if you can-
people stabbing me with knives or with swords. Like I had half of
Kyle.
my hand cut off last night
Hold
in
on.
a dream with
I'm
a
bringing
samurai
Kyle.
sword.
Kyle, if you could pull up the text message string of our group message at the very end of that night, Jimmy sent a message out and said that you guys are the best friends I have.
We don't have
Someone
time.
said that.
We don't have time for that. The point is this. I want everybody to focus on their health. I'm getting you out of here, Kyle. I'm bringing Casey in just a second. You got to watch out for your health, and that's why we have this next guest on here. Casey,
Folks is not spelled with an X, just so you know.
Casey is going to help us understand, because what I've been seeing is this article being shared about urine and the different colors and the smell and how you can tell if you're sick or dying. Now, I met this gentleman in Minneapolis, Minnesota, and we just I think I saw him, he saw me, and we were like, this guy looks interesting, and we just made a beeline to each other. And before we knew it, we were drinking beers with each other and sharing some stories. And let's bring him onto the show, Mr. Casey Cabin.
Yeah.
Well, hi. Thanks for having me. All right.
What's up,
Can you
Casey?
hear me?
Yeah,
Absolutely.
And it's Casey Caban.
Caban.
Yeah. And yeah,
Caban.
we're almost on 2 years, my friend. It was almost like 2 years ago that we were up there in that amazing sequence.
That was crazy. You were on a little bit of a journey with what was your buddy's name?
Shane.
Shane.
Yeah.
Shane had just linked up with you, and I was seeing firsthand some of your teachings blossoming in Shane, right? Like we were seeing some major awakenings from him. But I want to get to that in a second. First, I want to talk to you and ask you how you been. Where are you? You in the desert? Are you I was so sad when I heard you were campaigning, but then you misspelled camping, or autocorrect took over. What?
No, I spelled it camping, and yes, I am. and I've been I'm actually, what you would, I guess, lifestyle wise, I'm a gypsy nomad, and I started, I was a professional caretaker for property, multi-million-dollar properties for years. And I kind of retired myself out of that about a little over 3 years ago. And it was earlier in that year that I had learned about urine therapy. So I'm actually going on about, oh God, let's see, almost 4 years of doing urine therapy coming January, and it changed my life. When I first heard the term, it was on a completely abstract broadcast I was watching, and they brought up the term urine therapy, and I went, "Wait a minute, what did he just say?" And this was a guy named Dave Moore, Dave Murphy, 25, allegedly Dave. He's written a book on the subject, smart guy, and I went, wait, people drink their pee? That's so interesting. I didn't think that was disgusting or weird. I just thought that's interesting. Why would they do that? So I researched it, and I was in my body was a train wreck. Okay. I mean, I had,
what led up to you? Cause you had already gone through the Western medical system and
no, I
chewed up and spit out.
I had a massive neck surgery. I got the scars to prove it. I mean, they opened up my neck, and I have a plate in my neck screwed to 4 different cervical vertebrae. And I had degenerative disc disease in my lower lumbars. Mm-hmm. I had sciatica, COPD. I had bursitis, tendonitis, extreme arthritis. I mean, I was a train wreck. And I was taking mass meds, handfuls daily. And I was starting to just realize I really wasn't getting any effect except side effects.
Side effects, yeah.
And so when the urine therapy came along, I mean, I just jumped in after like 2 days. I looked at videos for 2 days. And I said, what the fuck have I got to lose, man?
When you say you jumped in, had you filled a pool at that point?
Yeah. I have done that. I've done full body soaks. I've done just about everything you can do.
Have you done the eyeballs?
Eyeballs, full body cleansing, full submerged in aged urine. I have I have about 50 gallons of aging urine that's way over 2 years old and just sitting in storage. And that shit is gold. Well, I'll say piss. That piss is gold. Mm-hmm. And I totally turned my whole body around. I mean, in the most profound ways that I never saw coming. Like when I had the neck surgery, I had lost all the feeling in my neck and inside of my face. It was numb all the time. It was like I had Novocaine, in the side of my head. And that had been going on for a couple of years. And I just figured, well, my neck and nerve damage has been corrected from the surgery. I'll live with the numbness. Well, within 3 months of the urine therapy, all that shit was gone. It was just gone, know? So I saw dramatic effects. I mean, really dramatic.
Did you notice? How quickly did you notice an effect to start to take place?
Okay, well, I'll start with my hands. Okay, because I was seeing a hand therapist, and I was being set up for 2 hand surgeries, one of which I did. Okay, for carpal tunnel and joint replacement in my thumbs. My hands had extreme arthritis. I couldn't make a fist. I couldn't open a water bottle. I couldn't open anything. My hands were in such distress that it was freaking me out. That's when I started the urine. Okay. And I took my first morning pee, and I drank it, and I thought, what's the big deal? It just like, what's the big deal? And I went completely on a fruit and distilled water and pea diet for 3 straight weeks. I did nothing else. Fruit, distilled water, and pea. And
Now,
within,
I guess
within
you
a couple,
once you start drinking it, Casey, you start to realize the stuff that doesn't taste good and probably also corresponds to stuff that's not so good for you, right?
well, it didn't make any sense to me why I've been always told that it's no good for me. And I did the research and I learned a lot of things. One thing that I learned is amniotic fluid is urine, okay, pure and simple. So we're born in it. Our body develops in it. It's a natural order of our how we evolve as a human, as a being, okay? And it is plasma. It's ultrafiltrate plasma, okay? So it runs through our blood, okay? It's in our blood. If you draw blood, put it in a test tube, the red corpuscles will go to the bottom and there'll be a liquid on top. That's urine, okay? It's in our blood. So if it was that damaging, that toxic, and that lethal, wouldn't we already be dead? I mean, you just think about it in a physiological nature. Just understand it on that level alone. If you do the actual science and research behind it, you'll discover that everything we've ever been told about urine is a lie. Because, they use it against us. Understand this, okay? They harvest urine, okay, with horses, with cows, and with humans. Porta-John, which is one of the biggest porta potty companies in the world, they
I've used their
proudly,
product.
okay, they proudly state they harvest the urine in line with pharmaceutical companies. They partner with them, okay? The urine is a multi-billion-dollar business. They use it in cosmetics, they use it in medication, and they use it in surgeries.
So
They
you're
use it-
saying, like, if you're not afraid to put urine on your face, you might as well drink it.
Yeah, I mean, most of the, if you look at military manuals, okay, I'm going to get a light on because it's getting a little dark. I don't care if you can see me or not, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, if you look in most military handbooks and all that, they'll tell you to drink your pee. If you're out there, you're stuck, you're this, that, and the other. I mean, there's application, drink it, this, that, and the other. There's survival stories about it, all that jazz. Okay, so most people are just disgusted by the notion of it because they've been led to believe it's a toxic waste and that's why it leaves your body. And that's just not true. It's not true. Okay. And I've utilized it in every way you possibly can. I've done it. I've drank it. I drink it every day. I've done enemas, full body soaks, body rubs, feet soaks, hand soaks. I've done my eyes, my ears, my hair. I've done my laundry.
Do you do any type of, do you add anything to the urine for certain types of ailments or anything? I've read some stuff about adding saffron for a certain ailment. Is that something that you do?
No. Well, actually, yes. I'll put it this way. Something that I found, I lived in Missouri. I'm sorry, Missouri is, some people might know it. And I don't know how I landed there, but it is just, it's a ravaged place, in a, with bugs and this and that and heat and shit. Anyway, I was being attacked by ticks and chiggers massively all over my body. I mean, just like I had 60 tick bites, 60. And I mean, it was getting like, what? I mean, you couldn't stop these things. So what I did, I started creating a aged urine, distilled water, and like an essential oil. It didn't matter. I had several essential oils and I'd put it in there, and there was something about it in fragrance and this, that, and the other. However, I just spray it on my body, just spray it like a spritzer all over my body.
That's pretty awesome.
The bugs off and my skin started clearing. Just,
I
mean, you know, it's like amazing.
I read a quote today,
I swear
Casey.
by
I don't want to read
myself.
it to you.
I promote. Okay, I'm all ears.
Dwayne's got something he wants to
Okay.
read to you.
I read this quote today. I'm going to read it to you. Tell me what you think about it. Urine contains the body's message. It tells the brain what went wrong, and the brain reacts accordingly. Do you feel that way with drinking urine? Does it tell your brain in a way what you might be deficient in, what you might have too much of?
Yes. And it doesn't come back in logic, like your brain starts telling you this, that, and the other. What it does, it reads, it measures. Like when even in the simplest terms, like I've always had a real, I will just say, violent reaction to bee stings, particularly, and I would swell up and be poisoned hardcore. Ever since I learned about the urine therapy, I would say at least 5 different bee stings. Okay. I immediately piss in my hand and put some in my mouth and take the rest and rub it right on the sting. No swelling. No, I mean, within moments, it would just disappear. And the same application goes for stingrays or jellyfish or snake bites or whatever.
Right.
Okay. The body knows how to read the urine because it is your plasma ultrafiltrate, is how it's termed medically. Plasma ultrafiltrate. And it goes, the last stage goes through the kidneys. Okay. It goes through your whole bloodstream. It goes through your whole body. Last stage is kidneys before the bladder. Now, have you ever had this sensation where you needed to pee, but you were busy and you just didn't, and and you realized you didn't have to pee anymore? That's a perfect example of your body reusing your pee. It's just reusing it. Whatever you're excreting or whatever, peeing out it's just excess. You know, I pee a lot.
So Casey, if let's say I can't, like, I got a bad gag reflex. I don't know. I've never peed in a glass and brought it up to my mouth, but I don't know if I could do it. All right. So if I just hold it, am I doing the same thing? If I don't pee,
what do you mean? Yeah. No, the pee is an essential body component that, like I said, it is your plasma. Okay. If there was something wrong with your pee, you would be way sick because your blood would be way sick at the same time.
Yeah, you'd be toxic.
Yes. Okay. So you have to just look at it on a physiological scale. I mean, that's where it turned me around because I'm a logical thinker. Okay. Yeah. So I looked at it on all the physiological schedule and it made perfect sense to me. Oh, okay. So it might taste a little bitter. It might taste a little salty. It might taste this, that, and the other. Fuck all that noise. I mean, have you ever had somebody like, hey, let me buy you a shot, and you drank it and went, oh, what was that? Or drank medicine, cough medicine, or some bad food. Or, I mean, you know, people put all sorts of shit in their mouth and they go, oh, what was that?
Okay? I tell you what, these guys made me drink an entire 5th of whiskey one night during a show. And for the entire next day, my pee was a deep bronze color, and it was a little bit concerning for that day.
I never look at color. I never look at color as a consideration because I've seen it go from perfectly clear. I've tasted it like coconut water, where it tasted like bad whiskey. I mean, it doesn't matter what goes through my system. By the time it goes through my kidneys, it is, man, that shit is super cleansed. Cleansed.
I've heard when you're capturing that first void of the morning, I've heard.
Hold on. What has happened to you? I told you that we were going to have Casey on the show yesterday, and you've just called your morning pee a void. I believe that's like a urinologist type phrase.
Hey, look, man,
research.
I did my research.
You're going to capture tomorrow's void, aren't you?
I might, but that's why I want to finish this fucking question. So if you'd stop
Okay,
talking,
all right.
thank you.
Ask him. Ask him.
Fuck.
Go ahead.
When you're capturing that first void of the morning, is it important to not catch that initial stream, kind of get the middle, not the beginning, not the end, just kind of get that midstream flow?
There's all sorts of variable opinions on that very idea. Me,
Yeah.
I just drink it. Okay.
Yeah.
Now I pee probably a couple times during the night. Okay.
Mhm.
Now I live in my car. Okay. I
Right.
camp in the desert. I have this perfectly convenient glass that I just
Mhm.
roll over. I don't have to get up, get out of my car, anything. I just pee in the glass and I just
Right.
toss it out in the ground out of the window. But by the time I get up in the morning, that one I save. And I just drink it. I drink it before my coffee. I just drink it. Like no brainer. Just drink it. Doesn't matter.
So
what
kinda-
it tastes.
Outside temperature, not warm, not cold.
Oh yeah, both. It doesn't matter. I mean,
Gotcha.
the thing is that you can heat it and have it like a body thing. Like I've done
Mhm.
full submerging in full aged urine, just entirely 100% aged urine baths.
Yeah.
That shit's awesome.
Instead of
okay?
like a milk
Yeah, no,
bath,
it
it's
makes
a
your
pee bath.
Yeah, no. I mean, you have to get past the smell, of course, but
Mhm.
more importantly, it makes your body feel like silk. It's silky smooth. Now, think about it. Why do babies come out so soft and supple and silky
All that
smooth?
pee.
Yeah, they're just
You
floating.
spend 9 months in urine, floating in urine, 9 months. Yeah. Think about that. That's heavy.
Did you notice an effect on your energy levels or the amount of sleep that you get? Or your do you sleep? Do you feel like you sleep more soundly?
Yes and no. I've always been I go through phases in the night, and generally it's because like I'll wake up, totally horny with a hard on, and I realize, well, I got to pee. Okay. And so I pee.
Now, with those morning
and
ones, I've
sometimes
noticed
just,
sometimes
because I sleep in my car.
Right. I've noticed sometimes with those morning, with those morning wood peas, a little bit of pre-cum might come out. Does that affect either the flavor or the effect of the urine?
Oh my gosh.
No, I doubt it. I mean, that semen is just as valuable as urine.
Right.
People don't understand that either. Okay. I mean, that's another whole conversation. Okay.
Yeah.
It's beyond, I mean, people understand that. That's why some swallow, because they know the power of it. Okay.
Right.
Okay. I mean, I don't want to go off on some kind of weird thing, but I'm just saying, both
I get
of
it.
them
We'll
are,
just stick to pee.
yeah. I mean, they're both considered valuable body fluids, period. So
Right.
it's just.
I think the semen is a conversation for another day, maybe.
Yeah. No, but you asked.
Wow.
You asked.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Well, I mean, you brought up the morning wood, so I had to. I had to. ask.
Yeah. Well, I mean,
And I guess what he was talking about, like when you're distilling liquor, you always pour off. I forget what it's called, but there's always the head that you pour off because that's like the ethyl alcohol. You got to get that first bit that you pour off, and then so the question was, does he, because that's normally what you do when you're doing a drug test, right? You let a little go because that's where you think all the drugs are, right? So you let that first
right at the beginning. Right at the beginning and the end, I feel like. Well, and I read.
I wouldn't know anything about that.
I read some accounts of
Me neither.
Some other urine therapy practitioners that do try to only catch midstream urine, and I think they flash freeze to chill quickly and then store it in the fridge and drink it cold throughout the day, which just to me sounds a bit more appetizing.
There's a lot of different ways.
Yeah.
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 And it's all about what works for you. Okay.
Yeah,
Now,
that's it.
There was this woman, Martha Christie, that wrote a book, and a famous book. Hers is one of the most famous of all urine therapy books, and there's a lot of them. And she suggests that in her book, and her book's called Your Own Perfect Medicine. And this woman is brilliant. Okay, she cured herself. No doctor it was decades. This woman was in complete chronic meltdown, and no doctor, nobody could figure out what was wrong with her. Her husband came across the urine therapy, and they did it as a last stand measure. And she totally cured herself.
Jumped in it as
and
a
she became a
team.
world famous speaker. Yeah, well, her husband is the one who got her on board with it. He found it in his research, because they were constantly researching, how can we fix my wife? You know, she was a mess for decades.
Now,
you know. So
if you're in a relationship,
many living examples.
If you're in a relationship as a couple and you both practice urine therapy, in no way, shape, or form should you swap pee. Correct?
Oh no, not by any stretch. I would drink her pee in a second.
Okay.
Are you kidding me? I mean, give me a squirt, baby.
Right.
And that's because I love her and trust her. You understand me?
Not to bring you bad pee.
Right, but your own pee is your own perfect medicine by prescription. It's you create it for your formula. Everybody,
you're not.
Yeah,
the only
everybody's
benefit you're
different.
getting out of drinking someone else's pee is your own fulfillment, not for any health.
Right. No, I wouldn't do it as a health. I would do it as a very sexy move.
Just for fun.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
of course.
Anybody that tries to sell you their pee is a snake charmer doctor.
Now,
externally, it is used against us. Now, understand this critically. This is important to really understand and capture, is that it is being used against us because they use it in cosmetics and medical and surgical and pharmaceutical. Okay, they harvest this stuff in a multi-billion-dollar industry. So if everybody figured out they could heal themselves like by drinking their pee, and I will never go back to a doctor. I have not been to a doctor in over 3 years, and I will not go back. I will cure myself, whatever it is, unless I'm in some huge body trauma that I need to have, something like that. But as far as sick, I'm never sick. Never sick.
Yeah,
I live pain-free.
So I can walk into a hospital now, Casey. I can walk into a hospital, go down like the MS ward, right? Maybe some of the cancer patients, and I could say, "Hey, all you need to do is start drinking your pee, and you'll be walking out of here."
I can't guarantee that, but here's the thing: is all of those things you mentioned, I do know people personally that have turned those conditions around and cured themselves. Okay, so everybody is different. Everybody is different, and your attitudes are different, your behaviors are different, your diets are different, your conditions are different. So how it will affect any body is up to that body and the mindset that goes with it. Like, I mean, what made, the Christian scientists and others just think, swear off any kind of medical, right? Okay,
Right.
There's a lot of people that know that you can turn your mind around, turn your health around, and have the capacity to heal yourself. This is just one way to do it. Some people do it with their herbs and this and that and the other. What's his name? Wim Hof, with his breathing and ice baths. Okay. I mean, there's modalities everywhere in the naturopathic world that people utilize successfully. But
it's in the Bible, Jimmy.
What? Peas in the Bible?
Yeah.
Pee, drinking your pee is in the right here.
Yeah,
Right here,
it
right
is.
here, Jimmy, in the good book.
Yeah, drink from your own cistern.
Proverbs. Drink waters out of your
Drink
own
from your own
cistern.
cistern.
If
Yeah.
I may, can I read something to you guys?
Yep.
Absolutely,
Drink your own
Jimmy.
waters.
Share with us.
Let me read this to you.
Certainly.
When treatment has failed you and doctors lose hope, do you just quit and OD on dope?
I'm
What
going to
if a
go in the
cure-
dark because I'm going to light a smoke.
Okay. What if a cure lived inside? Would you ignore it and lay down and die? That is the power we all possess. A natural cure that's really the best.
Sorry, Brian.
Orin is magic, our natural source. Drink your elixir to stay the course. It's simple to do. Start drinking your pee. A true gift from God, and it's totally free.
Free.
That is Orin's magic out of the Orin Chronicles, a journey to higher peak. with-
Orin Oracles. Oracle.
What
Where
did
do you
I
get
say?
Chronicles? Can
What
you
did I
even read?
Did I say Chronicles?
Yeah, you did.
Signed. Sorry, Casey.
You know, Jimmy,
Signed
if you
by
rub
Casey.
your urine on your eyeballs, it helps your eyesight.
Listen, we've had
It's a
multiple
true statement.
It's a
multiple
true
conversations.
statement, is it not, Casey?
I don't know how to get myself. How do
That's a
I
true
how do I
statement.
what's a true statement?
If you rub your urine on your eyeballs, it's good for your eyesight.
Oh,
Yeah, it helps your eyes. Yeah, it's good for your ears. Here's things that most people couldn't even begin to comprehend. It's a natural antibiotic, anti-inflammatory, anti fucking everything. Okay,
Mhm.
right on down to where I
Even
I've worked on-
anti-fascist.
yeah, there you go. I have had like car grease all over my hands, and I just piss on it, and it breaks it down better than Dawn.
Hey, easy. Don't say that. One of our sponsors is a hand cleaner. So we
Yeah.
don't wanna-
Okay.
well, yeah,
But-
that goes
It-
nuts scrub. But
Nuts
Casey, in my head, I've got a very vivid imagination. I see you. You're like, at the service station working on your car. You're tightening the belts. Maybe you had a squeak going. You need to hit the tensioner a little bit. You check the oil while you're at it. Oh shit! I got some grease on my hands. Are you just pulling out the fountain and pissing on your hands,
Mhm.
then watching them.
Well, yes and no. I mean, I have discretion. I understand discretion.
I used to pee on my feet all the time because I heard it was
Peeing
good
on
for
oh,
athlete's
peeing on
foot.
it's totally healthy. I mean, again, people go, yeah, pee on your feet. It clears up your athlete's foot. And yes,
Yeah.
it will. It does, People just
right.
have to get past what they've been told.
So-
It's all programming. That's all it really is. What we've been programmed to believe. That's it.
And that's true. It's conquering the preconceived notions or the things that we've learned. We have to sometimes unlearn to learn new stuff, right? So-
I had to start over in my life completely with science, history, just about fucking everything, dude. I had to go back and unlearn fucking everything and start over like a little kid.
I feel like if drinking pee was good enough for the ancient Egyptians, the ancient Greeks, it's good enough for us.
Yeah,
That's how I feel.
Yeah, sir, if you went through every culture, okay, and all the way through, whether it's Grecian, Egyptian, Italian, Native American, Mayan, Aztecian, Chinese,
Mhm.
Japanese, Native American, all of them, they all have recorded history of urine therapy, all of them, 5,000 years worth. Now, if you look at the whack fucking doodle mess that Rockefeller created with the bullshit medical, okay,
Fucking
now that's
Rockefeller.
only 120 years in its making, okay, and they purposely quacked out any naturopath. They made them all quacks,
Uh-huh.
okay, and they totally hijacked health. Period.
Right.
Most, if you look in all culture throughout history, they all had naturopathic ways and means to heal themselves. All of them.
It's crazy.
They all
And
did.
I was talking
Yeah.
with and I think I told you about I've got a buddy who was he had some chronic pain, and I was, you know, the question is, Casey, when he used to have chronic pain, but he had a surgery and now he's fixed. But for the last 6 months, he's been weaning himself off of the freaking drugs that he was on. You know, that they're legalized drug dealers, these doctors.
Yeah.
Yes, they are.
Once they determine that you can't be cured, and it's just, you know, a nerve problem or it's all in your head, they just give you the pills and then send you on your way. And then
That's fact.
damn it, if you smoke a joint somewhere in between that week and you test positive for marijuana, because that's illegal, and then all of a sudden you can't get anything, and then you die of because you went and got some crack from somebody in an alley. Anyway, that's what could maybe happen. What I'm saying is, how does somebody, you know, that has a friend or knows somebody that's going through such pain, the pain like that you had that led you to this journey, how do I come across to somebody as a sane, reasonable person when I say, hey, have you tried urine therapy?
Yeah, there's no simpler way. I mean, you know, like I said, you know, with the, you know, we do Shivambu, which was, you know, Shivambu is the water of Shiva, which totally represents drinking your own urine in a Sanskrit Hindu, you know, language.
The Shivambu Kalpa.
Right. So, you know, when I started drinking my pee, you know, I was just cracking myself up with any of it because people think I'm insane anyway. I was vegan. I'm a flat earther. I drink my pee. I'm a nomad. You know, I don't pay rent. I mean, what the fuck is wrong with me? You know? So it doesn't matter what I do, say, or how I behave. I'm a fucking weirdo for most people's blood. Okay? They just they just don't even know what to make of me. You know, I'm simply complex. You figure it out, right? So I just tell people, you know, how's that working for you? You know, I mean, and I used to, you know, with the Weedu Shivambu, I pushed it. I don't push it anymore, but I don't ignore it either when it just comes up. I mean, I introduce it to people in the simplest ways all the time, you know, and when they tell me they're doing all this shit and they're still feeling like shit, and I go, well, why you keep doing that shit? Is it working for you? Have you considered an alternative measure to what you're doing? Have you ever considered an alternative measure? Because it obviously isn't working for you.
Yeah. And you get to a point, a lot of people are in situations where they've gone back and forth with Western medicine, haven't had any relief for the things that they're trying to get fixed. And you get to a point where you just try anything, you know? And if drinking your pee
that's
works
where I got
you,
to. That's where I was. I mean, you know, I went, I never heard the term, never. No, I mentioned it to people. Yeah, I've heard of that, you know, and I go, good. Well, you know, have you tried it? Well, no, you know, And I said, well, you know, it's an alternative, you know, and it's not for everybody, but it can be.
Right.
You know, it's shown itself to be a worthy measure. And what I like about it, I know who the fucking bartender is. It's my own goddamn cocktail. Okay. I know what's going on in there. Okay. I do. So I never have to question what I'm consuming, you know, what I'm ingesting. I know exactly what I'm ingesting. Right.
Right.
And it's totally free and it comes from me. How can I fucking argue with that? No fee. I don't have to pay fucking anybody to be perfectly healthy. I like that notion.
There you go.
I don't have to go to buy herbs and this and vitamins and that. I don't fucking buy nothing. Okay. Nothing. Except alcohol, cigarettes, and pot.
Yeah, you're living the fucking dream, Casey. I tell you what.
I'm just doing life the best way I can.
I tell you what, man. We could talk about this all night. I think Jimmy and I, but we're running out of time in our first segment.
Yeah, we gotta take a break. Casey, so good to see you.
Yeah, thank you, bro. I really appreciate you inviting me in. It's been an honor. Much respect to you both.
The honor is mine. I want everybody to know they can find you at orantownstudios.com. I mean, how what are they? Is there
And
coaching?
anybody-
You offer
No, well,
coaching for anybody that wants to.
I am a healer and I don't charge a fee, and I have only one patient, and that patient is me. Now I'm willing to guide people, but I don't teach anybody anything. It's a self-learning process. Okay.
Yeah.
So I just, all I'll ever do is tell people what I did and how it worked for me. They have to figure it out on their own, always.
Right.
I said, your body, your choice. So
Hey, you know what?
if you want to learn, I did a total video journal, and it's at the We Do Shivambu YouTube channel. There's over 400 videos I made on this subject. All right.
Yep.
Oh, I'm subscribing to that right
There
now.
is. I mean,
I
you
just
can
subscribed
knock
to
your
the-
socks off.
Yeah, there's a lot of good stuff out there. And when I met Casey, he was wearing this big old fluffy down orange winter jacket, or was it a vest? No, it was a jacket.
Yeah,
Orange
it's a jacket.
orange hat. He loves orange. He's you're the P guy.
Yeah, I am.
Right?
It's all orange. Orange is high vibration color. It's
There you go.
sunshine. It's P. It just works for me. I like it as a color vibrationally. That's why I always wear orange.
Your
That's
energy,
it.
Good
wearing
vibrations.
it now.
Like a sun kissed, man.
Yeah. Yeah.
your
It's
vibrations
just my
are
vibe.
Hey, here's to drink and pee.
okay.
Right here.
Drink
Right
and
on,
pee.
bro. Yeah. Well, love you both, man. It's been an
All
honor
right,
to be here.
Casey. Thanks a lot, man. I think I mean, I'm pretty sure Dwayne's capturing his void tomorrow.
Yeah.
He's
Yeah.
jumped right in.
Right. Give it I mean, all I ever can encourage people is just give it a whirl. I mean, what do you got to lose? It's just your
Right.
pee. You're not
I
going to
figure-
die. No one in recorded history has ever died from drinking their pee. Nowhere, anytime has anyone died from drinking their pee, ever.
I tell you what, Casey, one more question before you go.
Certainly.
How much is too much? I mean, if I drink 7 pints of pee in a day, is that too much?
No, I used to, they call it looping. And I was looping all the time for a long
Yeah.
time. But I just, fuck it. I can just drink my morning tea and drink my goddamn beer cocktails or whatever else I fucking want to drink. And it's all good to me. It just
Yeah.
works. I don't
Casey?
have to, I don't trip on it.
This is amazing having you on this evening. I
Well,
can't
thank
wait to
you.
have you back.
I'll always be happy to show up.
Yeah,
You
you
know.
reach out to me if you got something going on that we need to tell people about, and then I think they can find your book on. Is it on Amazon?
Yeah, it is. And I don't get any money from my book, really. But it's a fun read. It's something to do while you're taking a shit. You can read poems about drinking pee while you're taking a shit. It's a perfect bathroom fucking read.
Hell yeah.
I love your mind. I love your energy. Yeah, drinking pee
okay.
equals smoking pot.
Thank you.
It's the same thing.
you.
No one's died from either. So
Might be greater than smoking pot.
I'll talk
Yeah.
to you soon,
Yeah.
Casey.
Yeah, it
Love you,
is.
Casey.
Yeah.
Thank you, Casey.
All right.
All right. So we got a
Dude,
break
that was
video.
fun.
We got a break video, and it's the video the night that I met Casey. He filmed the band that I was on tour with, Susie Mommy Ray, and
Mommy Ray.
this is them at, I forget the name of the club, but it's probably in the
It's probably
thing.
closed.
Anyway, oh, that's sad. But it
Hey,
might
look, guys, we're gonna play
might be.
this video.
play the video. We're gonna take a
you know,
smoke, and we'll be
I
right
had
back.
a great time talking to Casey. We're gonna play this video. We're gonna come right back. We're gonna have Saxman
Man.
Matt taking your requests. So get those in.
We'll be right back. Oh, be day, do da, do day, go soon. What's up, guys? Wow.
That was,
Casey Caban.
yeah, there we are.
Yeah, man, that was fun.
And if we want to have Saxman's already here.
Kyle.
Saxman's here.
Well, he can
let's
wait a
bring
minute.
that-
We got some
well-
things we can talk about.
Let's just wrap up the last hour. Let's get into the next hour, and I think if we do Saxman and then we do the memes after Saxman, that'd be good, and then that'll close us out, right? So now this is the time, folks. I know. Did anybody write down some of the requests? We had some sax requests from earlier.
I'm going back in the comments.
And then, listen, I'm not talking about anybody in particular, but somebody that's commenting was telling me about how they had some problems with their feet recently, and I'm just thinking
a little bit of pee.
a little bit of pee. It might be time.
Mm-hmm.
Catch a little bit. What'd you call it? Your morning void?
Your morning void. Yep.
Mm.
I feel like
You're gonna be
midstream
drinking your pee.
catches.
You're gonna be drinking your pee by the end of the week.
Well, no, I can't. I have a plan that because I eat too much red meat, my pee would be too bitter right now. So I'm gonna go vegan for like a month,
Yeah.
and then I'm
Man.
gonna do pee for 90 days.
What are you trying to accomplish? What is your baseline?
I don't know.
I
I
mean,
just want to see.
what if you just feel better after a month of vegan?
My baseline is I'm a 47-year-old man that feels like I'm 57.
Yeah.
So I want to see if I can bring that clock back a little
You
bit.
do that yoga with me, bro. I do that yoga every
I do
Saturday
that.
morning.
I do that DDP yoga, baby.
What is that? You don't do that.
Diamond Dallas Page,
You
bro.
don't. Do you do Diamond Dallas Page yoga?
I do.
Are you exercising, Kyle?
I just took a 13-mile bike ride today.
Kyle was doing the 22 push-up challenge.
I,
Okay. He's
Yep.
doing it.
I was.
Okay.
Oh, did you bail?
Do we still have Casey on? Is he
Yes.
still there?
Don't give a fuck about veterans. Is that what it was?
No, he's not there. He's
He's not there. It's just there.
Yeah.
Okay.
he's
I'm bringing on Max
Okay.
Yakety
That's
Sack.
good. I kicked him from the studio.
Here's
What up?
we're bringing in
Hey
Sax Man.
guys,
What's up, Sax man?
how's it going, guys?
Sax Man. So we were sold. This is the bill of goods that we were sold. We were told, "Hey, guys, this is Kyle talking. It's me, your producer. I know this guy. He plays the sax,
Mhm.
and he can play any song on the saxophone."
Yeah, he was like,
I don't know if
he
I
was
said
like, hey, I got this guy. We had a thing in college, and we've been close ever
Right,
since.
yeah.
And
There you go with the thing again.
Sax.
I don't
What?
think did you guys have a thing? Did you guys have a thing?
Oh man,
We were
so many
friends.
questions.
yeah, you guys were friends. That's a thing, right?
You
Yeah,
can call it a thing.
Yeah.
If you want.
I don't know why you're getting so offended by it, Jimmy.
Kyle's uncomfortable.
Nope.
Tell us
Kyle's
about your
drunk.
journey.
He's not uncomfortable when he's drunk. He's very loose when he's drunk.
You are a sax
drinking
man
some
for hire, but you also play multiple other instruments. You are do you do a lot of studio work? Are you in some bands? What kind of projects are you working on these days?
Tell us a
tell
little
us
bit about yourself.
About
Matt.
what does sax man do during the day?
all right. Well, hey, first off, thanks guys for having me on here. I really appreciate it. It is great to get to see you guys and meet you and talk to you. Yeah, so I started my musical journey a little bit late. I was in college, and I decided to kind of switch to music. I was, undecided, kind of trying to figure out how things go. But yeah, I'm from Corpus Christi. That's kind of where I got my start, is playing in like ska bands.
Is that close to
Yeah.
Texas?
Yeah, in Texas. Yeah, Corpus Christi, Texas.
Mhm.
Down south, yeah. But yeah, so I went to North Carolina, studied jazz there at NCCU, North Carolina Central University. Amazing people there, fantastic, so inspirational. Every interaction I had with anybody was just so welcoming and just
Now,
full of warmth.
stepping out of Corpus Christi and going over to North Kakalaki, did you get a good old Appalachian music education?
I think so. I hope I know what you're talking about. You mean like in the funk stuff going on in like Boone, North Carolina,
Or
are you
I'm
talking about like bluegrass stuff?
I'm talking about bluegrass. Yeah.
Yeah, I absolutely love bluegrass. What an amazing genre. But I actually didn't get into a bluegrass band. I was in a Django Reinhardt cover group. We would just play like Django Reinhardt music, which it might sound, like they don't really correspond, but they actually do. There's a lot of similarities between those two styles. So we actually would play shows where we would have like, a bluegrass band would play and then we would play after, or we would open for bluegrass bands.
Yeah, it's hard to escape it out there. But it does transcend. Bluegrass and punk can exist together. I mean, we've all seen the AC/DC bluegrass covers. By that one, what's it called, band?
Yeah, there's
yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. They're phenomenal.
Hayseed Dixie.
That's right.
Yeah,
that's exactly what I said. So now, as far as the saxophone, how were you drawn to the sax? What brought you to the sax? What tell us about your sax?
Was it Clarence Clemens?
We want
Clarence Clemens is great. Yeah, but no. So I, in middle school, you sign up for band as an elective, right? And it was just one of the electives.
Some of us.
Oh, well, fair enough. So yeah, I signed up, and I originally wanted to play drums, but they were like, "No, there's too many people that want to play drums. You're gonna have to play something else." So I was like, "Okay."
Were your
I'll play
parents
trumpet.
like, drums are too loud? No, there's no way.
Yeah, there was probably some of that too, but so then I was like, I want to play trumpet because I like, Louis Armstrong, all that kind of thing. And
too many trumpet people.
Too many trumpet people. I was like, okay, well, I guess I'll play saxophone. And as the years grew on, I just fell in love with it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
it is
it fell in my lap, and it literally is in my lap right now.
Are you a Charlie Parker fan?
Oh yeah, Bird is the word, man.
Do you like heroin?
No.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Well,
that's fair.
To each his own. I played the saxophone in.
Oh, did you?
Yes, and also the viola. But the saxophone I enjoyed a lot more than the viola.
The viola?
Yeah. It's a little bigger than a violin.
It's bigger.
Yeah.
So it's not a fiddle?
No.
What's the difference between a violin and a fiddle?
I think
the way you play it.
Thing. Yeah.
The way you play. It's just about how you play. Like if you play like Patrick Swayze in Next to Kin when he's with his family, that's a fiddle. But when he's trying to make love to his wife, it's a violin.
It's a violin.
Violin.
And if you're gonna play in Texas,
you got to have a fiddle in the band.
Okay.
It's a prerequisite.
Your name is not really Saxman. It's Matt York.
But your superhero name.
You go by Saxman. Everybody calls you Saxman, and that's cool. Can we get some sax on demand here?
Yeah, I could give my best shot.
Okay.
Why not?
You did say sax, right?
Is it possible? I said sax on demand. Can we get? We've got a lot of requests, but I want. Can you do the song from Lost Boys?
From Lost Boys? I don't know.
Oh, the sweaty guy with the hip thrusts. Yeah.
Is there even sax in that, or is it?
I think he just danced.
But he's
with the
just
track.
dancing. Okay, can you just dance with it?
Can you hump
sultily?
your sax
yeah,
real quick?
like,
Could you
well,
stand up?
Let's
and
just
hump
start
your
with
sax?
that. You don't even have to play. I just want like some sort of sexy dance with your sax. Can you
And
do that?
have you heard of Sweet Daddy?
Yeah, do you know Sweet Daddy?
No, I don't know that song.
Nobody's heard of it, Brian.
No, Brian.
I actually, if we could start this off before we get into the requests, I actually have a song that I'd love to play for you guys.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
All right, we'll allow it.
Absolutely.
Okay, cool. So this is
McCoy.
this is a Clifford Brown tune called Sandu.
Okay. That is good. That
Brian
is good.
says Sweet Daddy is the most famous band from Corpus. So I'm calling
really?
shenanigans.
I think Selena is probably the most famous band.
But she's not a band. She's one person.
Well, her band. Yeah.
Well, yeah.
Don't you tell
right.
her dad
Oh,
that.
funny story about that. My high school Spanish teacher was the bass player, or knew the bass player for Los Dinos.
Which was it? Was it the bass player? Or did
I think
he know
was
the
the
bass player?
my memory might deceive me, but I'm pretty sure he was the bass player.
We'll go with he was.
Nice.
Hey, while we're telling cool stories, I once met a guy who had a friend whose dad was a videographer for Ozzy Osbourne and has a videotape of him peeing on the Alamo.
Oh.
Oh wow.
There you go.
I don't
Brian
know.
says Selena is not a band.
Oh.
Okay.
And he's an expert.
All right. But
He wrote our theme song.
what's important here is Robin has named the Tim Capello song, but now that
Capello or Capello?
Capello,
What if he's related to Guido?
I still believe, but now I started trying to think about how the song goes, and all I have stuck in my head is "Wanna be a man in motion, gonna see the world scene,
St. Elmo's Fire.
So look, all day we've been doing mouth sacks to each other. We have been doing mouth sacks over and over. I think what was the one?
Sanford and Son.
Can you do
yeah.
Sanford and Son for us? I mean, they teach that in like Music 101, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Like you're gonna play the sax, you gotta know Sanford.
You're not gonna do the funky part.
No, I do that.
That's
You're
all
gonna do the
organ.
funky part.
Oh, it's so
Ah,
good.
so great. What about Hawaii 5-0? Can we do Hawaii
Oh,
5?
how does that start again?
Or now, can you do it my way and throw a little extra flourish
Wait,
at the
what?
beginning, like a
Okay, yeah, like Dwayne was like, "Oh,
Like that.
maybe you could do Hawaii 5-0," and he was like, "Ba ba 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 da ba ba ya ba." So can you add a little flair to it?
a little flourish
Okay,
at the
yeah.
beginning. Exactly. Yeah. See, Jimmy?
Okay, all right.
It's called interpreting the music.
Something like that.
See, I should have done the mushrooms tonight and not during the debate.
The theme to Chips is a request that we got from
Chips?
Amber. I don't fucking know the theme to Chips.
Isn't that bow, bow, ba-dum, bow, ba-dum, 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 ba-dum.
Is that Night Court?
Because
Night Court? Did Night Court have sax in it? Or was that just like, I don't know.
Night Court was boom chicken boom chicken boom down boom boom boom, right?
Yeah. How about Baker Street? Baker Street was one that we got.
Yeah, that's
Oh yeah.
Mhm.
something like that.
Yes.
Yes.
Baker Street is
Beautiful.
nice. Oh wait.
Minute Work. Who can it be now? The saxophone.
Oh.
Oh man,
Now.
I don't know that actually.
Oh no.
Because mainly it's just a bum, bum, bum.
Oh, yeah, obviously, I think Jeff Ray had requested it earlier. Careless Whisper.
The man's
Dude, Matt,
The
I remember you telling me a
careless
story of
Not
you
gonna
being in San Marcos, and what happened? Like you would go down there on Friday nights.
Yeah, so
Kyle, who let you in here to ask questions? What the fuck? You're the fucking producer, bro.
Yeah. But this adds to you guys.
Okay.
So when I was in my undergrad, I was going to Texas State. I lived in San Marcos, and I would go on the square, right, outside of campus, and on like Thursdays, Fridays, and Saturday nights, I would like get there at like 10:30 or 11, and I would play till like 3, because that's when everybody is leaving the bar and like dropping money. You know what I'm saying? I'm a poor college student. I'm going to take advantage of this situation. So I go out there, and also I was really bad at first. So this was a way of me to like break, the barrier of
self-consciousness of knowing that you're not the best that you could be, but you knew you were playing to a bunch of drunks.
Right, exactly. And so people would walk by, I would hear like, people request certain things. And then my absolute favorite like thing that happened was there's this guy super drunk, right? You can tell he's in a fraternity, right? And he's just like walking up, and he goes,
"Hello."
Yeah, exactly. And he just like walks up and he goes, "Hey man, can you play George Strait?" And I was like, dude, it's just me. Like, what do you want me to do with George Strait? And he was like,
Play the
just
vocals.
play
At
it.
that point, you just play the vocals.
So you
yeah,
did
Play the vocal medley.
moral of
and
the story.
melody. Fuck.
well, he was like, okay, just play it, just try it. And I was like, okay, sing the melody. And he's like really drunk, so it was like, you know. And then so I just played something random, like super random, something like
Something like that.
something super simple and super random. And he was like, man, that was it. That was it.
Perfect.
He pulls out a $20 bill and just like drops it in my face.
Yes. That's half a power bill.
That's the
Yeah,
bonus
it
of
is.
playing for drunk people too.
It was
Oh.
fun. There were some crazy things that happened out there. You learn a lot about people.
No,
Just playing music on the street, man.
that
Yeah.
It's a brave choice.
the saxophone does it get you the ladies because you talk about tongue control with the reed, or are
Just
there other
because it's a
instruments?
sexy instrument, you know. Have you ever had a lady that you were into on a rooftop? You had your sax like stashed away behind a vent or a chimney.
Or, no, maybe he's got it like
You're up there looking at the
like
stars,
a
right?
sword. You can just pull his sax out.
You're pointing out.
like Die Hard style, where it's
Yeah,
Yeah,
duct
you're
taped to the
pointing
back
out. You're trying to draw her attention away. You're trying to point out, some constellation off in the
Yeah.
distance.
That's
then you pull the sax out.
onomatopoeia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cassiope, drink your pee.
Yeah.
And you just pull out the sax all nonchalant, start real soft at first. you
I
know,
wish, man.
playing.
That's a missed opportunity.
Yeah, man. You should try that. You should try. You're in
Yeah.
Colorado, right?
What are you
Yeah.
rocking right now? Is that a alto?
Yes,
you're
this is
playing?
an alto
Jimmy.
saxophone.
So between you and me, I have been on the
Yes,
hunt.
Jimmy.
I've been on the hunt for a berry.
Oh, okay.
I'm looking for a berry sax,
a berry.
and I would love.
Shut up.
I would love to find one for like less than $500.
Oh
Good luck.
man.
But
Okay.
Good fucking luck.
So you want to be looking at Bundy's then?
Yeah, that's the cheapest one. And also, in the past, I got myself an alto years ago to maybe dust it off and start playing again myself. But the guy spelled it wrong. He spelled it Saxmhome. So saxophone.
Saxophone.
And that's why I got it on eBay for super cheap, like $75, right? So I'm looking for somebody spelling baritone wrong.
Corn.
You know.
That's a creepy line, bro.
But gotta tell them, let me run my fingers up and down your body like a saxophone.
That's
Let's read that again. Let me run my fingers up and down your body
like a saxophone.
one more time. Let me run my fingers up.
Your
and down
fingers. My fingers up and down your body like a
My finger. No.
Your
Okay.
fingers.
I don't know, Corn, if I'm ever going to use that. Have you used that, Matt,
Have I used that phrase?
That line.
with the ladies? Yes.
I mean, no.
Well, you should.
I should have yes anded at that point, but
Yeah. Awesome. Do we have any? Is there anybody else that has a request?
There were a couple. Korn threw up the Wanderer, but after that last comment, I don't think we're doing any of his requests.
Yeah. Do you know the Wanderer? Is that a sound?
Dion,
no, I don't know that.
I'm the type of guy that's.
it's probably a trombone, huh, Jimmy?
I think everything's a trombone.
Yeah, you do.
You know.
You like sliding things
How about? Can you give us?
away and towards your mouth.
Do you write songs? Do you have a
Yeah.
original? You want to
Sure.
give us an original sax
So,
song?
so I was going
We
through
got
my
we got
originals.
Matt's Venmo up on the screen. If you guys
Oh,
want to
thank
throw
you so
him a little
much.
coin for his
Um,
performance this evening.
Tell me about this song.
Yeah, so I was going through some of my originals and I was trying to find something that had to do with urine. And the closest I could get was the color yellow. The song's called Lemon Pepper.
Okay. Thanks for
Nice.
staying on topic.
Yes.
Nice.
Very nice. Matt, let me ask you. I was gifted an album years ago. It was I believe it was a Verve reissue
Mhm.
of Charlie Parker and Dizzy Gillespie from back in the 50s recorded an album together.
Oh,
Are you
yeah.
familiar with that album at all?
Well, man, I mean, I study their music pretty much every day. Yeah.
There's a song on that
I-
album called Bloom Dido, I believe it is called. You familiar with that?
Oh man, yeah, that's like one of the most difficult songs.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah,
I
but
had
that's
to pull
great,
something
man. I'm
different
glad that
about
you
it,
had
yeah.
that album.
If you don't
It's a
wanna-
great album,
you
man.
don't wanna
The two of those
kick
guys
you off
together.
the show right now, you play Bloom Dido, Matt.
No, it's not necessary, but it is a great album.
All right.
Do you agree?
I got upset.
Oh yes, absolutely fantastic. I mean, Dizzy Gillespie and Charlie Parker are, credited with really, setting the foundation for bebop, as well as like, piano players like Bud Powell and Thelonious Monk.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, these guys are fantastic. If you don't know any of the names I just said, please, like,
If I'm
write them
not
down, check them
mistaken, for that album, for at least some of the recordings on that album, Monk was playing as well as Buddy Rich
Oh
on
yeah,
drums,
Buddy
I
Rich.
think.
Another thing, if you don't know Buddy Rich, you should check out the album, the Lester Young Trio, where it's Lester Young on tenor saxophone and Buddy Rich on drums. And a lot of people don't know this, actually. Nat King Cole was not just a singer; he was also a piano player. He was the piano player in that group.
Wow, I did not know that.
He's actually a phenomenal piano player.
Okay, here's the big drummer question: Buddy Rich or Gene Krupa?
Oh, Buddy Rich for sure.
Yeah.
But Art Blakey probably above both.
Mm.
Really
Mm.
interesting. Interesting.
Art Blakey and the Jazz Messengers.
It's interesting.
That's some hard bop stuff right there.
Shut
That's
up,
what it's called, hard bop. Yeah.
Yeah. Jimmy
Ah,
is hating life tonight.
I'm sorry.
He's like,
so
fuck you. You did research tonight.
No,
You
no.
talked more than I did. I'm
What I-
so angry right
This is
now.
what I want to know. This is what I want to know. Where do we find you next, Matt? Where are you playing next? Where can
Okay.
where can we hear you?
Yeah. So the university that I go to now, University of Northern Colorado, this is where I'm in my second year of my doctorate, hoping to be a teacher one day. So you'll see me as a great teacher in all of the papers and such 5 years from now. But more, to your question, October 21st, the UNC Lab Band 1 is going to be performing, and that will be available live streaming, I believe, on YouTube and Facebook.
Well,
So.
please let Kyle know what the link is, and we'll share it on our page so everybody can tune back into Saxman.
That would be fantastic. Thank you so much.
Yeah, and I mean, I know it's hard for you. Like people, every time you're walking down the street trying to go get a latte or something, they're like, "Hey, Saxman." But you know, I hope we didn't make it worse. You know, by everybody what's going on. And
no, this was a lot of fun.
And then, sorry, but Kyle's probably going to give Dwayne your email, and then he's going to talk to you about all kinds of famous drummers from the
Jesus.
Yeah, that sounds like a lot of fun.
on his own time.
Hey, I tell you what, Matt, do you want to stick around for some memes with me and Jimmy?
Sure, yeah.
All right, Kyle, why don't you bring up those memes?
Just
You can
me-
stick around for the memes,
Hold
and
on.
then we'll have you play us out with a song on the old uke.
Hold on. We need
Okay.
a theme song for that. Here we go. Is this good for memes?
It's so loud, Jimmy.
Is it loud?
Yeah, it's a little loud.
Okay. Let me get it even lower. There we go. All right.
I
All
think
right.
Brian and Araya are talking to each other in secret coded messages in the comments.
Araya, I'm so glad you came back. Is that still too loud?
No, you're good.
Okay. So what do we got here, folks? You got to watch out for these black cats. I got video. Oh my gosh. I've got video. I don't know if I can make this happen here. But my cats, I mean, they're not my cats. They're not my cats. But they're my neighbor's cats, right?
Yeah.
And so I
Do you
ordered
feed them?
no, I didn't feed them. Okay.
Do
here,
you
watch-
give them French fries when you're tripping?
Let's see if we can make this happen. Can you see this? Can we get to my
No.
screen?
I mean, yeah, I see the cat.
Okay, you see this? This is the DoorDash delivery.
Is he committing suicide?
No,
No. Okay.
it's driving off my food. But look,
Oh.
watch. They forget. They go to the wrong house. I'm just on the other side of the wall watching this. Okay, here they come. Watch. Cat tries to trip them. They drop the food off. He like squats at the cat. And then watch this. He stops to take a picture of the food. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to take. And then watch this. That's a black cat right there, Harry. He goes after him, and the guy ran. The guy ran away.
I don't see any of the things that you're narrating. Like, I didn't see the cat try to trip him. I saw him kind of swat at the cat. I saw the cat. I didn't see the cat go
intent.
after him.
That cat had intent, bro. Okay, to the memes. Anyway, the point is this: you gotta watch out for them cats.
Yeah.
Can't wait
can't
for
trust
the
cats.
fall of the government. You thought they were just
coming.
looking for some pumpkin spice. All right,
It's
next.
coming.
What do we got?
Kyle, what is all this?
How many things are happening?
I don't know. Okay.
Next. Yeah, that's true. That's the guy from what's it called? The
Trailer
East-
Park.
Boys.
Trailer Park Boys.
he's
Yeah.
the- Next.
Never seen an episode of that show.
Oh man.
Okay.
What is this?
This the Texas father accused of letting 13-year-old drive them to get ice cream while he was drunk. But I saved this because look at the first comment. This is called progress. In Lubbock, 30 years ago, they both would have been drunk.
That is true in Lubbock.
B.W. Mully coming in out of nowhere, just giving a big old heaping dumper on Lubbock.
Wow. To me, that's responsible parenting, because if your kid doesn't know how to drive by the time they're 13, something's fucking wrong with you. And if you're drunk, fucking let your 13-year-old drive. It's fine.
You ever have to drive the car because your dad was too drunk, Matt?
Yes, sir. I have. Oh, you weren't
Golf
talking
cart,
about-
maybe.
Oh, golf cart. Yeah.
Done that too.
Take us back to the clubhouse. All right, next.
I flipped a golf cart.
Black
me.
cats. I told you. Sharks aren't safe. I don't know. It just made me laugh.
The sea panther.
Next. I don't know what's going on here, but
What is that?
the Red Boys. Somehow I'm following this. I think I accidentally followed that on the Instagram.
Is that like
for-
LeBron or something?
for the least we could do. But anyway, so there's LeBron getting like pounded by Winnie the Pooh with a
Yeah.
China shirt on.
It's like he's
And it
being
says, the NBA playoffs have worse ratings than Tucker Carlson tonight. Good thing for poor King
Fucking
James.
Tucker
He can
Carlson.
bow down. and
Here we go.
take one.
This motherfucker is haunting me, Jimmy.
What?
I want him. I
Tucker-
want him so bad, Jimmy.
Coming
I'm
for
gonna
you.
break
All right,
him.
next. What is it with Trump or with LeBron and China? I don't know.
I don't know.
What did he do to China? Is this because I
What
think
did China do to him?
I think maybe when this was all starting, weren't the players over there in China? I don't know.
I don't
What do you know about LeBron James in China, Matt?
LeBron James in China?
Do you even know who LeBron James is?
You mean LeJean James?
Yeah. And anyway, I love this one. It's
Just
great.
Digging for clues.
So gross. Next. Yeah, I don't know how sad it must be to be a Trump supporter, believing that scientists, scholars, blah 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 blah. And okay, I that was before I knew what I knew Thursday. Next, are you a stoner?
Yeah.
I'm every stone.
Memory stone.
Sedimentary, igneous, and metamorphic.
Yeah.
Is that it?
Yeah, I think there's just
I mean, that's
three.
the three
Big one?
classes of rock. Yeah.
Okay. Well, what if I wanted?
They go
sub-
through a cycle. They come out of the ground. They turn into igneous rocks. Those break down. They become sediment. They turn
Which
into
one's
sedimentary rock.
Where's sandstone?
Then they're
fall in?
morphed into metamorphic rocks, and then they fucking go back into the volcano.
Okay. Next,
What's stoner, bro?
he passed.
Thank you.
Don't worry. I investigated myself and I found I did nothing wrong.
Okay,
Yeah. Next.
I'm fine with that.
Two in the thoughts.
Two in the
one
thoughts, one
prayer.
in the prayers. My favorite one that I saw was tots and pears.
Tots and pears.
Tots and pears.
That's funny.
Pots and pairs.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there's lots of theories. We were talking about it and we weren't going to talk about it, but like, did he
Robin, Jimmy picks these memes.
Did he
Not
fake?
Kyle.
Did he fake the COVID? Did the president fake the COVID? Does he have the COVID? Is he getting the best stuff?
He's getting the best stuff.
So many
Like I
different
thought
theories.
about it today. I'm sorry to get political, Matt, and I'm sorry, but I watched today the coverage of his medical team coming out to give their update on his condition. And yeah, like, how do you think people who lost a family member because they couldn't get into the hospital or couldn't afford to get, how do you think they felt seeing a team of 15 fucking doctors, not even the whole team,
Right.
just their only fucking patient for the foreseeable future is
We've invented a new drug
yeah,
in
man.
the last
Like
2 days that
nobody else is getting that kind of care, especially for $750 a year in fucking taxes.
Yeah. I mean, look, it hurts your heart. It hurts your heart.
It does.
That people that are less fortunate did die, right? And look, none of us. And I just want to let's just talk real quick to the camera. Let me have my Joe Biden moment here and look at the camera. If you are not a Trump supporter, this is the time for you to bite your tongue. Now, I'm not telling you to not feel things. I'm not telling you to not post things, but this is the thing. Somebody's got to be the better man here. And we've been bullied. This is what we talked about the other week, We've been getting bullied. Anybody that sees the president is not the best president or wants somebody else to be the president is being bullied by the people that really love him. And so look, nobody, this is karma. I'm telling you, it is not good to wish ill on somebody. Even witches know that shit. Like they know that if you do an evil spell, it will come back at you. So cleanse
Magic has a price.
I'm telling people, cleanse your heart. Don't wish ill on this man. Okay?
No.
Yes, he got himself into this mess.
Yeah.
Yes, his practices and the discounting the necessity of a mask has come to bear. And there's
Preach.
lots of shit in the Bible that Dwayne could probably quote us
Preach.
about, freaking reaping what you sow.
Amen, brother.
And what I'm talking about is that yes, everybody in the White House now has COVID, and that is terrible. But what's more terrible is that their behavior has now put us in a national security type situation where we might have to invoke the 25th Amendment to put Pence in charge while he's on a breather or something.
What do
And
you?
Half the staff is out on quarantine because all these knuckleheads just had to roll out their Supreme Court justice nominee with their no mask party, hugging each other, sucking each other off, just getting all really excited about how they're gonna stop the killing of fucking babies,
Sacrificing children to the owl gods.
love of keeping, and they've started to switch it, and they've started to just start making it. They're like, really the problem with abortion is that it's black babies. You want to care about Black Lives Matter. What about you stop having black babies aborted? I heard them on.
We weren't going to talk about abortion.
No, we weren't going to. What's the point? How did I get? Oh, there we go. Trump 2020, Trump 1946 to 2020.
Yeah, shit like this is unnecessary.
This is unnecessary. I don't like this.
No,
this is what we need more of.
Yeah, we need to come on dolphins more.
Have
Is
you
he-
ever?
Was that Pete or
Have
is
you
that
ever had relations
Demon?
with a dolphin, Matt? Like anything that, like you just.
Well, the Texas State Aquarium is in my hometown, so yeah, I've seen some
Is
dolphins.
there something you want to declare, Matt?
You know what? Maybe that, like, actually this story is an entirely other show. Honestly.
Have you been touched by a dolphin? Because it's more likely
I
than
think-
you touching a dolphin. I
think
think
what-
it's more likely that a dolphin would touch you.
No, I think
only my heart.
you're about to tell us something. You had a connection with a dolphin, didn't you?
Yeah,
What happened?
I just was not a fan of it.
Next. Next. Not funny.
I did see the one of
This
the
is-
Clorox
okay, this
plane flying over the White House.
Yeah,
and
that's coming up.
that one was kind of
Come on.
funny.
This one's funny. I will
Sorry.
Venmo $100 to the first Walter Reed staffer that dresses up like Herman Cain, and that he's going to be visited by 3 ghosts tonight. Like that's funny, right? That's funny. But it's in bad
That is
taste.
pretty funny.
But like this is okay. So, like as soon as there was that tweet that dude put out there that said this is going to be Trump's October surprise. He's going to get COVID. He's going to miraculously come back in 14 days.
Yeah,
healthy,
he called it.
and then something else, right?
Right.
What if? What if?
Was that liver?
It's next. This is what I worry. Like, what if he passes? But then
What if he does?
What if
I mean,
what if he comes back 3 days later?
oh, then we're fucked. Then we're fucked. sir.
If he rises 3 days later. Oh my God.
What the fuck are we gonna do, man?
Oh man.
That is the worst case scenario. This is the way to a man's heart. But
Is that
what if-
liver
nobody knows.
or is that a heart?
She's
I
got
think
some
it's
like
it has to be a heart.
Looks
right?
like a heart and maybe a brain
I think it's just bad.
and a
tater.
chicken wing.
Bad
That chicken
tater.
wing looks like a tomahawk.
It's a tomahawk chicken wing. There's a real fancy one.
Anyway,
you can
Andrea
only get
Morris-
at those nice restaurants.
I hate your cooking, girl, but we will just go out to eat.
Yeah.
if your butt is banging. All right, next.
Amber says it's dog shit. Wait a minute.
Oh my brain.
Yeah, isn't that something?
Are they
Just-
conjoined twins?
I think so. They were born like
Wow.
that. Yeah, next.
It's got to be hard for the big one to walk.
This brilliant, right?
Yeah.
That is kind of
This is
brilliant.
somebody thinking outside the freaking box.
Yeah.
Why get new shoes? But does when you see this, do you remember stubbing your toe as a kid?
Oh gosh.
Do you
I remember
that?
stubbing my toe last night.
Oh, that feeling of your toe like skipping across concrete and like while you're on your big wheel.
You know what I
Oh.
did? I was walking into the bedroom. It was dark.
Yeah.
And
We need
I-
special music for this.
I split the bed frame between my two last toes on my left foot, and it fucking hurt.
Oh man.
Yeah, it was painful.
Wait, what happened?
The bed frame, like I swung my foot right into the fucking bed frame. It went in between my last two toes. It almost ripped my pinky toe off on my right foot, which would have made me completely off balance for the rest of my days. I mean, I'm 47. I don't have that long left, but I would have had a lean at least to the starboard side for a good while.
How about a little sax? Keep going. Tell us about it.
A little sad Hulk music, Matt, if you will.
All right. Well, what else we got on memes? Oh, this one. You know, spaces. You matter. Don't give up.
You don't matter. Give up.
Next. Oh,
Oh, man, I'm so fucking tired of
you
this
hate
fucking
this.
meme, bro.
But
That
this
is hilarious.
Finally catch up with my bills. My car's like
Oh, I thought he said finally catches up with my balls.
next. Oh, core values of Proud Boys. I can't.
Oh god.
What the fuck? Hey, wait. Let's go back to that. Is there anything in there about them jerking off? Because they could only jerk off once a month. and they
Yeah,
can't
I
watch
think
porn.
so. Something like that.
Fuck the Proud Boys, bro.
What?
Something like that. Yeah.
Jesus.
Well, you're supposed to save.
I can't even hold myself to jerking off once a day, much less once a fucking month.
Well, you'd be a bad Buddhist too.
I'm okay with that.
All right. Yep. This is exactly what happened on Tuesday. Next.
It sounds like an episode of our show.
There's the one you were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
The
Mhm.
airdrop of Clorox.
That one
Oh
was
my
funny,
gosh.
especially since it's got Michael Jordan's number on the back.
Yeah, 23.
Next. That's it.
That's it.
Oh, wow, we did it, guys.
We did it.
Matt.
Success.
Wonderful.
Thanks for sticking around with us.
Hey
Thanks
guys,
for,
thanks for having me.
Thanks for playing your sax.
Hey,
Giving-
and look,
giving
I
us
know
some tunes.
you and Kyle had a college thing, and you taught him this cool ukulele thing that you know what, Kyle? You should break out your uke, and you guys should play this together.
Yeah.
That would be amazing. Why don't you bring us out? Bring us out with
work
some
like that
with a
on
little uke.
streaming. And
What do you
no,
mean?
No, it's the
Oh,
timing.
yeah, it's fine. No, the timing is fine.
No.
No. This is all.
Yeah, that's
that.
what I'm talking about. Hey, look,
All right,
Jimmy.
bring us out, Jimmy.
Jimmy, good show tonight, man.
Thanks everybody for listening. This is on Facebook. It's on YouTube.
It's on Twitch.
It's on the Twitch. Follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well.
Yeah.
Thank you to Matt York. Thank you to our buddy Casey Caven.
Like and subscribe on YouTube.
Yeah,
Smash
like
that
us on
notification button.
And get ready for another big show next week. We've got Mike June coming to us from North Kakalaki. He's got a new album that's out, and so thank you from everybody here at The Least We Can Do.
Happy holidays.
What?
I don't know. I was trying to think of something.
All right, we'll see you later.
Bye.
Bye guys.
Play us out, Matt.
Oh, okay.
Oh, cool. Yeah, do that.
Yeah.